Okay, hi everybody, my name is John Sims. I have a degree in pure and applied physics. I have a factory here in China. I've been here for 20 years, manufacturing a lot of chemical analysis, and I do a little bit of surfing as well. In the summertime here it's really good to go surfing, and so I've got a wee kid. He's 10 years old now. And earlier this year, when the surf was a bit smaller, I took him to the beach and we put on some Coppertone water babies on him, and we were out playing in the surf. He was learning to surf and everything was pretty good, except that he kept on complaining about how sore his eyes were. Well, me and the missus, we assumed that it was simply because it was salty, salt water, it was sunny, and that sort of thing. Didn't think anything about it. For the rest of the year, he's not really been to the beach, but I have, and a couple times I've put the stuff on me myself. I don't usually bother with it, but this year the sun's been intensely hot, up to 40 degrees centigrade. So I slapped some of this, and because of the chrome dome, slapped it on the top of the head, and was out in the water, and as soon as I got in the water I noticed my eyes starting to burn. And again, I thought it was the salt water, the sunny day, just a lot of salt drying out very quickly. And then I remembered what my son had said about his eyes hurting. And what I discovered was that it was Coppertone water babies that was burning your eyes. And not just a little bit. I surfed for about 4 hours, and after about 2 hours, the intense burning actually stopped because there was no more suntan out on me, lotion on me, because it's water based. Now, if you look, it says water babies. It's for use in the water, but it's water based. The instructions say keep out of the eyes, okay, and if you get it in your eyes, use water to wash it out. The problem is it's water soluble, which is good for washing out of your eyes, but when you're in the water, it mixes with the suntan, the seawater, and runs into your eyes. And it's doing it as long as the stuff is on your head. And they say, keep out of the eyes. You can't keep it out of the eyes. Anyway, after about 2 hours, the intense pain had gone. After 4 hours, I was surfed out, so I was driving home. It's a 1.5 hour drive home. And I could hardly see the road. It was extremely dangerous. So anyway, when I got back, I started looking into water babies and to see what this product actually was. And if you look on it, there's a lot of chemicals on here. The active chemicals are avobenzone, 3%, homosalate, 13%, oxysalate, 5%, octicrylene, 7%, and oxybenzone, 4%. So I looked these up, and the first thing I did was to look at the acidity, the relative pH of all these chemicals mixed together. And generally, they're about the same pH as your skin. So, and then if you look at the further ingredients, if you peel off the label, there's more ingredients on the inside. You actually find that there's some, the acid is offset by quite good alkalines as well. So your acidity levels that may be causing irritation to the eyes doesn't seem to be the issue. Therefore, the only thing I could consider that it was a chemical issue. And exactly what chemical it is, I don't know, because I don't have the ability, and obviously I'd have to be trained in chemistry and also as an optician or an optical specialist, an ophthalmic specialist, to know exactly what the eyes are affected by. But what I do know is it really caused immense pain. So anyway, I did some research online and I came up with a recommendation for this product for use with your children. And this is from LoneTreePediatrics.com. Lone Tree, 3 W's, LoneTreePediatrics.com. And the subsection is how to avoid dangerous sunscreens for your child. So blah, 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 blah. There's, I don't know whether you can see, but here it says, in here, it says recommended by Skin Cancer Foundation. Now that is quite misleading because on here there is nothing to say that it's recommended by the Skin Cancer Foundation. So that label's just thrown in to impress people. Now, this lady, the lady is called Deborah Berry. And Deborah Berry, and this is, I mean, this is not acceptable. Dr. Deborah Berry is a board-certified pediatrician in Lone Tree, Colorado, providing comprehensive pediatric care at the Lone Tree Pediatrics. Her primary goal as a physician is to help each of her patients live a healthy life and grow into a healthy, productive adult. Anyway, the other thing is I sent Bear a message saying, listen, because Bear own Coppertone. Coppertone you can't contact. If you want to contact Coppertone, you have to go to Bear. So I sent a message to Bear, listen, you've got a serious problem with your products, and guess what? It was ignored. You know, you tend to expect that from big corporations. You think maybe they're too busy, but not even thank you, received your, we will look into it or anything. Absolutely nothing. Anyway, so I also sent a letter or a message on her site about the same thing here. And the reason I did that is because this lady says oxybenzone is one chemical, the EWG, I don't know who the EWG is, or Environmental Working Group, whoever they are, recommends you avoid in your sunscreen. So let me say that again. Oxybenzone is one chemical the EWG recommends you avoid in your sunscreen. I noticed that this is found in a majority of sunscreens, says Deborah. Is it Deborah Berry? Yes, says Deborah Berry. So, so the other one to stay clear of, and this is the interesting thing is, the other one to stay clear of, she says, is retinol palmitate, which is a vitamin A derivative. Keep in mind that the studies about retinol palmitate were in mice. It's not yet a proven carcinogen to humans. Personally, and this is the important thing you have to remember, personally, she says, I think it is better to be safe than sorry. Now, again, she states, oxybenzone is one chemical that EWG recommends you avoid in your sunscreens. Sunscreens. I noticed that this is found in a majority of sunscreens. Good on you. And then she comes on to state, after reviewing the safety recommendations, I was frustrated to find that the most common sunscreens did not make the cut. Fortunately, there are some accessible options that are, such as Coppertone Kids, Coppertone Sensitive Skin, Coppertone Water Babies, and some California SPF 30 sunscreen. So three Coppertone products, one other product. They're all Coppertone, and she states that she recommends that, and she doesn't recommend oxybenzone. Let me write that down. Okay. Where is it? Benzone. Now, I've been looking online, and I've been doing a lot of looking for oxybenzone online. Oh, she recommends that she wouldn't recommend any product, well, she doesn't actually say that. Let me go back to what she said. Sorry about this. She says, oxybenzone is one chemical the EWG recommends you avoid in your sunscreen. I noticed that this is found in a majority of sunscreens. Let me go back, and she recommends Coppertone Kids, Coppertone Water Babies, plus a couple of others, which all have oxybenzone. Okay, and actually, here's the interesting, this is SPF 50, oxybenzone 4%. Coppertone Kids, oxybenzone 6%. So we can assume that the sunscreen active ingredient is oxybenzone. So that's why it's in there. Anyway, so as I said, I contacted Bayer and they've ignored me for the last 10 days. And I said, this is something that you can't, ignore. I did some more research, and this is on the Walmart website. Blah, blah, blah. Coppertone, and this is what it's amazing, eh? The Coppertone Water Baby Sunscreen Lotion, 8 fluid ounces, prevents sunburn, provides protection from UVA, oil-free, SPF 50, zinc oxide formula, fragrance-free, dye-free. Zinc oxide. Sorry, not in Coppertone. Zinc oxide is a mechanical sunscreen. In other words, it physically creates a barrier. The chemical sunscreens actually react with the sunlight, the UV and the harmful rays, and break down. Okay? So it's a sort of sacrificial chemical reaction, whereas the zinc oxide sits on the skin, and guess what? Zinc oxide is waterproof. It won't wash off. Where these chemical ones wash off because they're water soluble. Anyway, Walmart actually state that it's a zinc oxide formula, fragrance free, smell, a sweet smell, fragrance free and dye free. I don't know about that, I don't care. The warnings: for external use only, keep out of eyes, rinse with water to remove, stop, use, ask a doctor. If rash or irritation develops on us, keep out of reach of children. If swallowed, get medical help or contact a poison control centre. And here we go. Their active ingredients now this is the Walmart website, the active ingredients for Coppertone Water Babies: octinoate, octisalate, zinc oxide, water, propene glycol, alkyl benzenate, neonatal glycol diheptonate, something else, and finally sodium chloride salt. Unfortunately, none of these ingredients on the Walmart website are in any of the Coppertone Kids or the Coppertone Water Babies. So, unfortunately, Walmart is falsely representing a third party's product that you can't contact unless you contact Bayer, who just completely ignore you. Now, guys, this is a serious issue. I was surfing for 4 hours. I could hardly see where I was driving back. It took me at least a day and a half to get over the effects of the suntan lotion. I can't tell you enough how it is so dangerous to use this product unless you wear goggles that physically protect you from this stuff entering your eyes. Do not use it. Do not even think about using it. If you have it, throw it away. At this point, most of us, when our kids go, "Oh, my eyes hurt," we think it's the water in the swimming pool, maybe the chlorine or something like that. Or we think it's maybe the salt in the sea. The kids go in, they play for 15, 20 minutes, and then they come out. I was in there for quite a while. In fact, I was in there for 2 hours until all the stuff had washed off. In those 2 hours, my eyes were so bad that I could hardly see. Imagine this. In fact, not even imagine it. How many people have been using this stuff because adults can use it? They say on the instructions, adults can use it. How many people have been using this, have then gone on to use machinery or driven cars and had accidents? I strongly suggest that if you have any problems with your eyes and you have an accident, you get straight on to a hospital or a medical center and a lawyer, because this stuff is seriously dangerous. Now that is just the short term. If this is used regularly, God knows what the long-term stochastic effects of this product will do to your eyes. It's seriously dangerous. Any of these chemical things that I've talked about, don't use. It's that simple. You want to stop the sun, zinc oxide, you look white. So what? This stuff will burn your eyes out at the very least. If you've got a cut, it gets into your blood. These chemicals are dangerous. We've had zinc oxide for a long time. I'm not pro zinc oxide or pro this or pro anything. I'm just telling you that Bayer didn't answer me back. What's her name? At the Lone Tree Pediatrics, what's her name? Deborah Berry. I sent her a message. She's seen the message. She didn't answer back. These people, maybe she took some money to write this, because this says recommended by pediatricians. #1 recommended by pediatricians. This pediatrician doesn't know what she's talking about. And seriously, I sent her a message saying, listen, get out of this. Try and get out of this. Ignored me. I'm sick of it. It's up to the people now. You have to. If you've had problems with your eyes, you've been driving, you've been rubbing your eyes, you've had an accident, and you've been using this, it's this. You've got to stop using it. And this company, you can start suing. I have never been so disgusted. This product is so popular all over the world, and it's dangerous. That's the end. Thank you.